Om Klim Krishna Namaha. Om Klim Krishna Namaha. Om Klim Krishna Namaha. Om Klim Krishna Namaha. Good morning, all of you. Those who are watching recording, so many of you have opted for recording classes. So good day to all of you. 2 minutes. Today's class is for both. Good morning, all of you who all are live with us right now. Today's class, we are doing all the basics, tax rates, the slab rates, and marginal relief, unutilized basic exemption, and the section 115 BAC, that's default tax regime, and solving the questions in a comparative form. So hope you all are ready with the compiler, the calculator, and notebook, right? So what we are beginning today is, this is direct taxation fast track batch. Okay, these starting classes will be there live in YouTube, then it will be taken to app, of course, and material is provided in PDF or hard copy as you want. Today this class can be attended by interfinal all the students for a superb base preparation, right? Because in this upcoming exam, this is the first year when default tax regime has been made mandatory, 115 BAC. So whether you are writing inter or final, CA or CMA, they will ask one question of 10 marks to 14 marks. Compute the tax in the normal tax regime, in the default tax regime, and which is beneficial. So the comparison of the two tax rates, the comparison of the rebate, everything will be clear in coming 2.5 hours. Okay. This batch is going to be along with all the concepts, practice, everything. And so many of you have ordered the DT compiler. Thank you. If you have received and if you are studying, do comment in the live chat. That will motivate others also. And for those others, we are also facing a problem because of the speed post also. If we are sending, some address is not there, some are coming back, I don't know, some technical issue. So today evening, the big surprise, as I said, I am opening up is, for this financial year 23-24, for all the students in the Telegram, today evening, 325 pages compiler will be given to you free. You just take a printout of that. In that, concepts are there, problems are there, answers are there, question answers from the past exam, covering up the concepts, everything is there. Examples are there. Just study with that. And along with this, just for repeated revision of the concept, already Sarathi revision videos are uploaded. Two topics are left in that. One is your AMT, and another is TDS TCS. Definitely we'll take up this batch, which is started today, is a fast track live practice batch. If you want to enroll for the live batch, you message us in the Telegram, in our WhatsApp number, concept classes if you're having, and you will be guided through it. Hope you like this surprise, right? So you will all get the compiler's copy in the everything. Earlier I used to give the notes. Now you're asking for the question answer. Okay, done. The notes, the question answers, all. But for attending live practice batch, when you do it every day with the teacher, there's a different level of that confidence, commitment. Second thing is, from next Monday onwards, evening 6:30 to 8:30, we will be taking up GST. Maybe every day or alternate day, I'll let you know. And after completing these 25, 30, whatever classes are required for DT, we will be doing in the same way fast track batch for costing for May and June. I'm very well taking care of all the CMA question papers, MTP. So don't worry whether this batch is for only CA or only CMA. Frankly speaking, if you see the compiler today evening, very clearly in bracket I have written, like if it is costing, I have written activity based costing is only for CA students. Contract costing is only for CMA students. If it is taxation, last assessment procedure is there for CMA students. So like this, whatever segregation I've taken care, and rest is 99.5% is common for all of you. Let the chat box do buzzing and liking and sharing, please. So many of you are there. Thank you for all the likes. See, there's a different kind of confidence when you attend live. So many of you, हाँ मैम ने बोल दिया, आप सरप्राइज के आप देखेंगे, प्रिंट आउट लेंगे, बाद में पढ़ेंगे, वो बाद में कभी नहीं आएगा. I'm telling you. If you are really committed to be in this profession to get the result, make sure you are attending the classes live. Once these YouTube series is over, of course, the classes will be on Zoom and in Concept Classes app. That is also live. Messages will give you the details. Okay? Right? Chalo. Let us begin now. As we begin up this, whoever you wish to, Almighty God, let us do a 2 minutes prayer, and with the bottom of the heart have that gratitude and prayerfulness and start that may I be guided for the best of the giving. That's what I say to universe, to God, to Almighty, whoever you pray, and you say that you are guided best by the teachers. You yourself are working hard, you are on track and having a specific time for your distraction, so that you are doing very quality good study. That is giving you genuine confidence. Chapter wise exam you are writing every Sunday. This coming Sunday the exam will be on basics and residential status. Okay, right? So with this, let us begin the class today with prayer. Let the chat box buzz today. Yes, all of you, some of you are asking inter or final. All students can watch this lecture for sure. Not taking much time, with a quick prayer, and let us begin this class. This I have decided so that that mind comes in alignment mode of learning. I hope you all are sitting at undisturbed place, preferably on laptops or your mobile phone, full screen, and on table you are sitting alert and studying with me, right? Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwariha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Lot and lot of blessings and wishes to all of you. Let us begin today with the tax rates and basics, because in MCQ questions are asked. Okay, so many students are having doubt for the case studies also. How to deal with case studies, I have already talked in the RTP, which is uploaded. Once again, case study is also a problem only. So you have to read the details, what exactly they are asking, solve it in rough work, get the answer and attend the MCQ. Of course, you can use the hard copy or say answer sheets half page as rough work for the case study. Okay, right. Let us begin. While studying today, my emphasis will be on what is important for MCQs. So many of you already have the hard copy of this compiler. So let us go by that. Okay. Income tax, as we all know, it is a direct tax. This we have already covered in the revision video. So this part we can go fast, but problem surely we will practice in the notebook. Okay, right? So concept says that there are two types of taxes. Whatever tax we are paying directly on our income to the government, that is called as direct tax. In that we have income tax. Okay. Right. And indirect taxes, all the taxes are borne by consumer, but what goes indirectly to the government is the GST and the custom. I'm going little brief because we have done already in the first revision lecture also, you can check. Direct taxes, all is borne by same person. Indirect taxes, when I am taking your services, I am bearing it, but I am paying it to you, you are paying to wholesaler. So when the tax goes to government via, it is called as indirect taxes. Okay, right? So in the first list, one of union list entry 82 is the income tax. Income tax is chargeable on all the kind of income except agricultural income. They don't have power. So indirectly agricultural income is taxed, right? Income Tax Act is made in 1961. Okay, and to support that act, the details rules have been made in 1962, right? It has chapters, sections, subsections, clauses. See, this is section 10.1, that agricultural income is. So this is section 10 and clause 1. Section 10 and clause 2. Now this is 222E. So section 2, subsection 22, clause E talks about deemed dividend. This is how you have to read. Now provisos are exception to the rule. All the payment are allowed on mercantile system. Few expenses are allowed on cash basis. So provisos, rules are exception. Law says this, but except this. Okay. Then because Income Tax Act is made 1961 and we are following it today, for that today, who is governing the income tax? So in India, the Income Tax Act is governed by CBDT. Some of you may be thinking, ma'am, ये हर बार क्यों कराते हैं? आप सीधा टैक्स रेट से शुरू कर सकते हैं. I can save my energy and time, your energy and time, but these minute things are asked in MCQs, and 100% it is a result oriented batch. So trust me and don't fast forward and watch with 1.5 speed. That doesn't get registered 100% in the mind. है ना? So who is governing the direct tax in India? CBDT, Central Board of Direct Taxes, and indirect tax is governed by CBIC, Central Board of Indirect Taxes, Customs and all. Okay, right. Now and then whenever there are some clarifications required in income tax, then they come up with circulars and notifications. Circulars are generally for their internal CBDT, then the commissioners, chief commissioners and assessing officer. There's a hierarchy, so they will all follow circulars. Notifications are applicable for the government also and for the Assessee. See, throughout the year, the act we are using, Income Tax Act, but whatever changes are there, they always come in the form of budget on 1st February, right? So 1st February 2023, the finance minister Nirmala Sitharaman, she presented a budget which was approved by both the houses of parliament and then the president, and then it became Finance Act 2023. This is last year's story. This year much change is not there because 5 years elections are there down the line. So what is a Finance Act? 1st February 2023, the finance minister says, okay, we are following 1961 ka Income Tax Act in 23-24, but with these changes. Yes, have you heard your dadi nani at home saying, हमारे जमाने में भिड़े सेल्स no, हमारे जमाने में तो 100 रुपए में इतनी सब्जी आ जाती थी. So we can't follow 1961 Act today. Can we make some changes in the 1961 Act? Those changes are proposed by Finance Minister on 1st February. It is approved and then it becomes the Finance Act 2023. Okay, right. So what is a financial year for all the exams of 24 CA, CMA, CS? Financial year is 23-24. Assessment year is 24-25. Financial year is the current year, or it said previous year, but it's the year in which you earn the income. On that income, tax is payable in the next, that is 24-25, and that is assessment year. So what is the previous year? 23-24. What is the assessment year? 24. 24, 25 assessment year, whatever you earn in 24, 23, 24, that is assessed and you pay tax. Okay? Right. Now, what are the exceptions to the rule that financial year and assessment year? See, whatever you earn in 23, 24, you pay the tax in next year. हाँ जैसे जुलाई 24 you will file your return and pay the tax in 24-25, but there are few cases which government says pay the tax now only. So this, like, why I'm teaching it, mark it, very important theory question. It says that financial year 23-24 and assessment year 24-25, that's true. But there are 5 cases wherein the financial year and the assessment year is same. So what is the exception to the rule? Non-resident shipping company. A ship is coming from America, it is going to Sri Lanka, some passengers and goods are dropped at Mumbai port, and so this is called as transshipment. Whatever they earn in India, ये ship कहाँ की है? America. So whatever they earn in India, pay the tax and then leave. Done. Assessment of a person leaving India. If a person is going on 1st July 2023 for permanent settling in Canada, can we say, yeah, go now, come in July 24 and file your return? No. For the April to July, whatever he has earned, pay the tax, get the tax clearance certificate, and then leave the country. So for whom financial year and assessment year is same, 5 marks question repeatedly asked so many times. Non-resident shipping business, assessment of a person leaving India, AOP BOI, which is formed for a particular purpose. So many times, I own a old property and you are a builder who's doing construction. Let us make a tower, my land, your construction, sell off the flats and dispose. We are not into partnership. So such kind of joint ventures, they are asking to pay the tax there itself. When a person is trying to alienate his asset, we know that if we wait till next year, this person might run away. So then he's asked to pay. And discontinued operation. If a business is closed, pay the tax, get the tax clearance certificate and leave. How is my speed? So many of you are attending live in Zoom, in YouTube. So ask. Bolo. All clear? Yeah. Please go through it. See, this is a practice batch. I want you to take a pause 2 minutes, learn and complete it now itself. Anyone is having a doubt, then please ask. Yes, those who have opted for recorded videos, you will get all these recordings in the Concept Classes app under DT Fasttrack batch. GST will start from next Monday. Yes. Thank you. AC, all clear. Okay. Who is Assessee? A person who is liable to pay tax is called as Assessee. Okay. A person who is liable to pay tax is called as Assessee. Okay. Who is deemed Assessee? So many times if it is a trust, private trust, you are the trustee who's going to file the return of trust, or the trust has made by, which was that Akshay Kumar's movie where dog owned all the asset and he was the representative Assessee, taking care of all the assets. So these kind of the people will file the return as deemed Assessee on behalf of other. Assessee in default. If you're liable to pay tax and if you're not paying the tax, then you're said to be assessee in default. Okay, right? So these are the three things asked in MCQs. Like they'll give you, is he an assessee or is a deemed assessee or assessee in default? And you have to answer. All right, sure. Now, what are types of person? We all know individual is required to file his return, male, female, minor, HUF, company, firm, LLP. What's the difference in body of individuals and AOP? Body of individuals is group of people coming together, but they're all individuals. Co-trustees, co-executors, co-legates. AOP is a group of person. One individual, one HUF, one partnership firm, when they come and work together, they are called as AOP. Okay? Artificial judicial person is all deities and all. I think these are all quite simple type of companies you have done in income tax. Yeah, this part is super duper important for MCQs. Yes, we will take care of all the amendments, but if you want to take the best benefit of this classes, promise me you will watch the lecture every day, learn every day, clear your doubts on the same day through WhatsApp and Telegram chat, and write Sunday test seriously. Sunday, I will set the paper and put it in the app, and Monday, you will get the suggested answer for that. If you want me to correct and give back the papers, I'll give you a separate mail ID, send it to that mail ID. Yes, surely. I will give all the corrected papers through Zoom also. Only aim is to get the results for you and move ahead. Hai na? Okay. Now, when there is a raid and search and undisclosed income, different modes of undisclosed income, black money, whenever it is disclosed, how much tax you are liable to pay under section 115 BBE? 60% tax, 25% surcharge, on tax surcharge, on surcharge cess. Followed all of you or not, right? So like this, 78% tax you are liable to pay on undisclosed income. This definitely is asked in income from other sources also. Okay, right. And whenever undisclosed income is disclosed, okay sir, I will pay 78% tax, but give me 2,50,000 basic exemption, give me this expense. Okay, can I set off my last year's loss? No losses can be set off. No basic exemption, no expenses, nothing. Whatever undisclosed income is found, it is taxable at 78%. Okay, it has different kind of income like unexplained investment. You have a bungalow where just renovation you have spent 1 crore. So from where did you spend? There's a money, cash, jewelry located at your home and you're not able to give the proof. Investments not fully disclosed, unexplained expenditures, lavish travels, birthday parties, mobile phones, celebrations. So where from you are spending when you have earned? Borrowing and repaying more than 20,000 in cash, right? Okay. So this is all coming in this. Now let us start with normal tax rate. That is, if you opt out, if you want, write down over here, opt out of default tax regime. Ma'am, then what is default tax regime? Default tax regime is 115 BAC. If you don't say anything, your tax is going to be calculated as per default tax regime, which I will teach in the later part today. Yeah. But if you come out of the default tax regime, then your taxes, your calculations will be all here. Okay. Right. Just 2 seconds, I'll be back. Please check the slab rates. This is not a break. Break I will give Yes. Any doubt until now? Thank you for waiting. Chalo. Let us begin with the normal tax rates, which you already know, so that we can best compare it with the default tax regime, and then we will solve a question also. Okay? Right. Up to 2,50,000 for individual HUF, AOP, BOI, AJP, all. Up to 60 years. Up to 2,50,000 nil. 250 to 5 lakh, 5%. 5 lakh to 10 lakh, 20%. Above 10 lakh, 30%. Okay. Now, if you are a senior citizen, 60 years and above until 80 years, then up to 3 lakh, nil. 3 lakh to 5 lakh, 5% on the next 2 lakh. Are you getting? Senior citizen के लिए instead of 2,50,000, the basic exemption is 3 lakh. So 3 lakh to 5 lakh. On the 2 lakh, it is 5%. 5 lakh to 10 lakh, 20%. Above 10 lakh. Super senior citizen, 80 years and above. Up to 5 lakh, basic exemption. Then 5 lakh to 10 lakh, it's not 5%, directly 20%. 10 lakhs and above, 30%. These are already there since years. But now they are called as, if you opt out of default tax regime, you follow this. Okay? Right. Rebate concept is very nice, but I want to cover it up when I go with the new regime also. So the basic tax rates are clear, right? Now, very important is, so many times in exam, Mr. Chaturvedi's birthday is on 1st April. So they don't give you age. They give you the birth date. So you have to calculate the age. Okay. So if someone has completed 60th birthday, 60 years complete ho gaye in financial year 23-24, they are eligible for 3 lakh basic exemption. If the person is born on 1st April 2024, then also it is considered as 31st March 24, and the benefit of 3 lakh exemption is given. Okay. Partnership firm, no basic exemption, flat 30%. Company, flat 30%. Indian company, foreign company, 40%. Now this one is a googly, asked in the case studies and MCQs. If turnover of the company 2 years back, right now it's 23-24, so 21-22. If the turnover is less than 400 crores, then 25% is the tax. Cooperative society, 10,000, 10%, 10,000 to 20,000, 20%, 20,000 and above, 30%. Okay, right. Long-term capital gain. Now, special income, special rates. Long-term capital gain on jewelry, property and all, it's 20%. Long-term capital gain on shares, where security transaction tax is charged, up to 1 lakh exempt. Beyond that, 10%. Short-term capital gain other than shares, slab rate. Short-term capital gain on shares, 111A, 112A. This is 15. Are you getting? Long-term capital gain on shares, 1 lakh tak exempted. Ma'am, but kab long-term hoga? That we will learn in capital gain chapter. Long-term capital gain on shares up to 1 lakh is exempt, and this 1 lakh exemption is over and above the basic exemption, right? And then 10%. Normal long-term capital gain, 20%. Short-term capital gain other than shares, slab rates. Short-term capital gain on shares, 15%. Lottery, 30%. Undisclosed income, 78%. This please remember for MCQ, and let me give you one table. If you are having compiler, जो मैं लिख रही हूँ आप भी लिखो, नहीं तो नोटबुक में लिखो. On total income, tax is calculated. If your income exceeds 50 lakhs, you can afford to pay higher tax in the form of surcharge. So surcharge is calculated on tax. Tax is calculated on income. Surcharge is calculated on tax. This tax plus surcharge put together is पे cess लगेगा. That will give you tax payable. Are you all with me? Write down this. This will give you a mind spet and beautiful speed for the exam. The mantra for this February month is movement. Keep moving, keep smiling more. But right now, carry your water bottles, everything, so that we are studying in a focused way. Clear to all of you? Special income, special rates. Let us do now surcharges. What is the concept of surcharge? If your income is beyond a limit, can you pay additional tax on tax? That's in the form of surcharge. And once surcharge is calculated, then health and education cess, which is 4%, that you have to pay on tax plus surcharge. Sorry, 1 second more, dear students. Yes. Do share this video with all. That will be a guru dakshina from all of you to me. I want to reach this conceptual knowledge. There is nothing scared about income tax. Only two things is required. एक तो थोड़ा सा तो छोड़ के पढ़ना होगा. You can't study everything. It is too vast. Income tax, GST. So something you need to leave and remaining do nicely. Second thing is, so you have to study weightage wise. That is my responsibility. Second thing is commitment to attend the class every day. That is for both of us. Same time you have to sit and study with me. And third most important thing is repetition. That's why revision videos are already being put up in YouTube. Take that benefit and share it with maximum students, please, in all the groups. Chalo. So now, if your income exceeds 50 lakhs, you're earning too good. 4 lakh rupees per month se zyada you're earning. So when your income exceeds 50 lakhs and up to 1 crore, then individual HUF, AOP and all, then 10% surcharge is the additional tax, but 10% not on income, 10% of tax. I want to repeat 100 times maybe. Tax is calculated on income. Surcharge is calculated on tax. And cess is calculated on tax plus surcharge. Chale saath mein? Yes, keep hitting the like button when the video is live and so many likes are coming and sharing is coming. The YouTube will boost it and you will help me in my mission in spreading this concept that income tax is very easy. Only required for you all students is repetition. As a teacher, मैं ही आपको 10 बार repeat करके I'll make you learn these things. Okay, right. Now, so individuals HUF, AOP, BOF. Okay. If the total income exceeds 50 lakhs to 1 crore, 10% surcharge. 1 crore to 2 crore, 15%. 2 crore to 5 crore. Okay. If total income exceeds 2 crore, excluding some special income, I'll tell you what they are. But if your income exceeds 2 crore to 5 crore, it's 25% surcharge. 5 crore and above, 37% surcharge. Is it too high? 37% answer is yes. Message me after your exam. Ma'am, your first class only helped us to score marks in MCQs. MCQ में एक टर्म आता है कितनी बार? MMR. मैम ये MMR क्या था? हम थोड़ी कुछ FM costing पढ़ रहे हैं. MMR is maximum marginal rate of tax. Now, how do you calculate that? What is the highest rate of tax you are paying? 30%. On tax, suppose your income is 100. How much tax you are paying? 30%. On tax, how much surcharge you are paying? 37%. On tax and surcharge, how much cess you are paying? 4%. Are you all with me? Yes. So abhi aayega piche, but what I want to say is, know this, that how this rate you need not mug up. 1 minute, I must have given you here. Maximum marginal rate of tax. On 100 rupees income, 30% is the tax. On tax, highest rate of surcharge is 37%. So pick up your calculators. You can do it now with me. So that in exam, if you don't remember also with your logic, you can do. लिखो calculator में 100 income है into 30%. Tax आ गया 30 into 137%. 37% surcharge. 41.1 you got into 104%. 4% says 42.744% is the highest rate of tax in India. Maximum marginal rate, it is called. So make sure there's a beautiful smile in exam on your face when you see maximum marginal relief, because you know the concept and because it is scoring for you. Now, coming back to surcharge rates, if you are opting for default tax regime, I'll teach immediately after this and then we will solve problems also for that. If you opt for default tax regime, then highest rate of the surcharge is 25%. Ma'am, even if the income is 5 crore, 8 crore, yes. 50 lakhs to 1 crore, 10%. 1 crore to 2 crore, 15%. 2 crore and above, whatever is your income, the surcharge is 25% in the default tax regime, 115 BAC. Okay. So if that is the case, for default tax regime, what will be the maximum marginal rate? 100 pe 30% tax, 25% surcharge instead of 37, and that comes to 39%. Surely rebate, MMR, these are the areas which are going to be asked in upcoming exam. तो आपको अच्छे से पढ़ना ही है बिल्कुल. Yes, anyone is confused anywhere, then let the chat box, live chat be active. Or if it is very clear, then all clear. Thank you. Chalo. Okay, so what's the highest rate of the surcharge out of default tax regime? 37%. What's the highest rate of surcharge for the default tax regime? 25%. Okay, right? Now here I have written refer note 1. So come to note 1. For all the incomes, maximum surcharge rate is only 15%. अब ये तीसरा आ गया. I know this is like, ma'am, इसमें ये क्या है? But ये है. This is there. So later only jokes in Hindi. Yeah, some students, they ask me, ma'am, your classes are completely in English. Yes, but jokes can be cracked. Not in Telugu because I'm in Hyderabad. I don't know Telugu much, but in Hindi sometimes. Okay, coming back to our classes. 25% surcharge is not applicable to short-term capital gain on shares, जिसका rate 15% है. Long-term capital gain on shares 10% वाला, dividend income and other long-term. These four are the income. These four are the incomes. These four are the income on which highest rate of tax is only 15%. Surcharge, sorry. So if I get dividend 8 crores also, what will be the surcharge rate? 15%. Not even 25, not even 37. So what are the four incomes on which highest rate of surcharge is stopped at 15%? Long-term capital gain on shares, short-term capital gain on shares, long-term capital gain other than share also, property, jewelry, land, plot, sub, and dividend. Clear to all of you? I request you not to watch this video with 1.5 speed. Please tell your friends. ऐसे मत करो. ये already I am going by a good speed. The name of the batch is only fast track. अब उतना fast कहाँ जाएंगे? You will not learn it then. Okay? For normal tax regime, surcharge is 25% if the income exceeds 2 to 5 crore. Surcharge is 37% if it exceeds 5 crore. But for default, it's just 25%. Yes? What is average rate of tax? Total tax divided by total income into 100. This is used in final, in DT AA topics and all, not required. Health and education cess on tax plus surcharge is 4%. We all know this. Okay, right. Surcharge rates for others, let us just learn it one. If it is a partnership firm and if the income exceeds 1 crore, surcharge rate is 12%. Domestic company and some cooperative society added this time. If income exceeds 1 crore and up to 10 crore, 7%. 10 crore ke upar 12%. Now, I want all of you to write. For domestic company, what is the tax rate? ऐसे लिखो 30%. So what is the surcharge rate? 7 and 12%. For foreign company, what is the tax rate? It's high, 40%. So what is the surcharge rates? 2 and 5%. Easy to remember. Domestic company, the tax rate is low, flat 30%. So surcharge rates are 7% and above 10 crore to or 12%. Foreign company का income कितना है? Already they are paying basic tax only 40%. So what's the surcharge rate? Yes. What is the surcharge rates? The surcharge rate is 2% and 5%. Clear? Right. Cooperative society, which are specifically covered, 115 BAD, not in inter syllabus final में 22% जो tax pay करते हैं उनके लिए 10% ही surcharge है, बाकी सबके लिए normal 7 and 12%. Okay, done. Now let us do this concept of marginal relief. Okay, open your notebooks. In the CMA Inter exam last year 23, 5 marks exclusive question was asked for marginal relief. Okay. Sure, everything is clear. Then please comment once the video is uploaded. Then also comment if someone can help me in the technicality once videos are uploaded. I'm losing the live chat. I don't know why. Done. Let us do the concept of, we will do 115 BAC thodi der ke baad, and that time I'll talk about the rebate also. Yeah, right now. What's the concept of marginal relief? Do we know how to calculate the tax and all? Yes. Many times I'm making one series, Magic of Logic. There also I have covered up this concept. I think this we can do here. It is solved already. Then we will take up the next practice batch. इसको कर लेते हैं. Suppose your income instead of 50 lakhs, your income is 51 lakhs. So what is the tax on 51 lakhs? Normal tax rates. Abhi I have not gone in the default. Up to 250 nil, 250 to 5 lakh 5%, 5 lakh to 10 lakh on the next, 5 lakh 20%, that's 1 lakh. Or above 10 lakhs, that is on 41 lakhs. Pick up your calculators. 41 lakhs pay 30%. That's coming to 12 lakh 30,000. Are you getting? 0 to 250 nil, 250 to 5 lakh 12,500, 5 lakh to 10 lakh 1 lakh, above 10 lakh this. So what's the total tax? 13 lakh 42,500. And what's the rate of surcharge? Because you are an individual, because your income exceeded 50 lakhs, you have to pay 10% surcharge. 50 lakhs to 1 crore, I'm making you learn now, 10%. 1 crore to 2 crore, 15%. 2 crore to 5 crore, 25%. 5 crore and above, 37%. Default tax regime, 37% is not there. So now what's the rate of surcharge because your income exceeded 50 lakhs? 1 lakh 34. So what is the tax payable? 1476,750. Now, if you would have not got 1 lakh extra income, suppose your income is 50 lakhs, then what is the tax? Up to first at 10 lakh 0 to 250 nil, 250 to 5 lakh 12,500, 5 lakh to 10 lakh, and 10 lakh ke above on 40 lakhs. 40 lakhs pay 30%. That's coming to 12 lakh. Make sure you watch this again, do it in writing one time. If you want me to do in writing, let us do it. अभी करते हैं इसको, साथ में करेंगे. Yeah, because 5 marks and for CA students अगर 5 mark के लिए नहीं भी आया तो they are asking in what do you call it as MCQ. तो उसको case study में भी पूछते हैं. So tax on 50 lakhs. Acha, shall I take surcharge? No. Now let me go to the notebook. 1 minute. I'll shift to the notebook. And let us write down. All of you also please write down. Marginal relief concept. I'm giving you some steps, but the way I'm giving you is you will not have to learn. But promise me to sink it, ink it, to sink it, ink it. तो आप लिखो. Step number 1. What is your total income? Right now, it's 51 lakhs. Second, what is your total income without the addition, you can say. मतलब बिना add किए. Just अगर 1 lakh से exceed नहीं करता, तो what would have been your income? 50 lakhs. Third, what is the excess income? 1 lakh. Just because the income exceeded 1 lakh, how much tax you have to pay on 51 lakhs? Now here very important pitfall is, in these steps don't calculate tax with cess, क्योंकि ये final tax नहीं है. cess is always calculated on final tax. Those who know agricultural income, non-agricultural, calculate tax. Agricultural income, there also I'm saying just calculate tax and surcharge. Don't add cess. So what is the tax on 51 lakhs? We have calculated 1476,750. Are you all doing with me? Yes. Comment. The more you comment, the more I will also be motivated to give this knowledge. Am I doing 1% also कंजूसी in sharing my concepts, knowledge कि ये मैं बाद में पढ़ूंगी, ये मैं अलग से करूंगी? No. Next, what is the tax on 50 lakhs? We have calculated 13. This, if you want separately, you can write here and calculate. So how much is the excess tax you are paying? On 51 lakhs, obviously the tax is more because you are paying surcharge. Up to 50 lakhs, there is no surcharge. 164,250. This is the excess tax. And what is the excess income? 1 lakh. Now, this is very disappointing just because my income exceeded from 50 to 51 lakh, 1 lakh. I had to pay 1,64,250 extra tax. More than the excess income is excess tax. Ridiculous. So now, can I ask the government for a marginal relief? 6 minus 3. Excess tax, whatever excess I have earned, 1 lakh, that you keep. I don't mind. But just give me a relief of 64,250. I hope you all are getting. How much is excess tax? 164,250. Because of how much excess income? 1 lakh. Excess income whole you keep. I don't want. But I have earned 1 lakh extra, and on that extra income, why I should pay 1,64,250 tax? It's wrong. So 64,250 I want relief. So what is my finally the tax which is payable? Tax payable is this. 4 minus 7. Ma'am, how you are remembering? आपको भी आएगा. Your income is 51 lakhs. So your tax is 1476,750. But you are asking for a relief of 64,250. Am I correct? The calculation is correct. So now what is your tax payable? You can put the answer in chat box before me. Calculator चलाना है एग्जाम में. 1476,750 minus 64,250. 14,12,500 is your tax payable. On this, you add health and education cess 4%. 56,500. 14,12,500 is your final tax. Add health and education cess, and 14,69,000 is the tax paid. Most of the students who know marginal relief, the mistake you are doing is, मैम मैंने पूरा करेक्ट किया, इंस्टीट्यूट को क्या दुश्मनी है, मुझे मार्क्स नहीं देते, is you calculate this tax with cess and gone. Then with different pen. See, I'm also having these red pen, pink pen, orange pen. So in your notebook, now here if I go on changing the colors, it will take a lot of time. But write down here, calculate the tax bracket में without health and education cess. I'm not in a mode to rush. ये कोई revision batch नहीं है. This is a practice batch. So where I want to go, I want you all to go slow. Take your time. Did you finish writing? Put me a message done. And then check if the concept is clear or not. First class is usually slab rates आते हैं वहीं गड़बड़ हो जाती है. And that's what is later demotivating for students, saying, "Arey, we are losing marks in MCQs only." Yeah, please check it. 1 minute. More examples are also there. I will share. All right. Once again, what is my total income? 51 lakhs. What is the slab rate जहां से excess income पे tax लगेगा? 50 lakhs. Excess income 1 lakh. What is excess tax? 164. So excess tax is 164. Just because I have earned 1 lakh, I can't pay 1 lakh 64 250 extra tax. So I want a relief of 64 250. And so the tax payable we have got. And on that, calculate the cess. I'm again repeating, if you calculate the cess up, your answer will go wrong. Clear to all of you? Yes. Let us see some more examples which are already solved in our compiler material. Sarathi compiler material is prepared with a lot of efforts and sequencing, and it's not like picking up the problem and putting, you see, Abhi coming to capital gain, businesses, house, property, how many examples I have added. Suppose if your income exceeds 1 crore and 1 lakh. So 1 crore and 1 lakh, tax is 32. Up to 1 crore also, surcharge is there, 10%. But just the income exceeded 1 crore, 1 lakh, I had to pay the surcharge of 15%. है ना? So then what is the tax on 1 crore along with the surcharge? This. How much is the excess tax? 175. What is the excess income above up to 1 crore? I was ready to pay 10% surcharge. Just because the income exceeded 1 crore and 1 lakh, I had to pay surcharge 15%. So my excess tax is 175, whereas excess income is 1 lakh. I want a relief of 75, and then add and calculate and pay the tax. So like this, homework for today, see all these examples. Two minutes I need to pause. All right. Yes. So the concept of marginal relief was really important, and they are asking a 5 marks problem and 50 marks is what? So we are going little slow. I hope clear. Now let us go to the next concept. Yeah, we will do the default tax regime problems also. Hmm. Yeah, this is also asked in MCQ, dear students, so many times that income is rounded off in the multiples of 10, but then that is the last income. Five heads, then gross total income, then deductions, then set off, and after that, last total income. If it is 444, 440. If it is 448. So tax and all is never done in decimals. Save all your decimals for costing, process costing, or FM. Okay. Right. Same way, tax is also rounded off under section 288B in the multiples. Which tax, dear student? Final tax. Tax is 83 rupees. Suppose surcharge is 6 rupees 89. Health and education 4 rupees 93. This, the final tax is rounded off in the multiples of 10. This is also asked in exam. Now, what is the format of computing the income and all? I will give when I do. Okay. Some basic problems are there on how to calculate the tax and all. Okay. Now, let us do the concept of rebate. What is rebate and where it is parked? Here. If the total income is up to 5 lakh, I'm talking in the normal tax regime. Okay. In the normal tax regime, if the total income is up to 5 lakhs, yeah, then a rebate is given up to 12,500 in the tax. I want to repeat, if your total income is up to 5 lakh, you have to pay tax. 250 tak basic exemption hai, 250 to 5 lakh. But you are getting a rebate of 12,500. How does that work? Let us see in this problem. Suppose Rishabh is having 3 lakh house property income, final income, and horse races say 50,000. So 3 lakh 50,000. So special income, special rate, horse races and casual income, lottery, prizes, all is taxed at 30%. So 15,000. On normal income, 3 lakh. What is the basic exemption? 2 lakh 50,000. So on 50,000, 5%. That is 2,500. So what is your total tax? 17,500. Now what's your income here? 3,50,000. Will they say in the exam? Make sure, dear students, please remember and park it for the rebate. Answer is no. You have to know that if your total income is less than 5 lakh, then from the tax minus the rebate up to how much? 12,500. And on the balance tax, add the health and education cess. Can I teach this in a different way? No books teach like that, but I'm saying it's a rebate versus surcharge game. It's a rebate versus surcharge game. Why rebate versus surcharge? If your income is up to 5 lakh, you get a rebate. If your income exceeds 50 lakhs, you pay the surcharge. दोनों तो नहीं आएगा ना? So if there is additional income, add surcharge and calculate cess. If the income is up to 5 lakh, then minus the rebate and then calculate the cess. So always after minusing the rebate or plusing the surcharge, then whatever is income on that, calculate the cess. Is this practical point helpful? Kabhi, when I correct the mock test papers, MTPs and all, what you are writing, mock test 1 and 2, those papers at Hyderabad I correct. We are not allowed to correct the final papers because we are in teaching. But of course, mock test paper I do correct. So I see so many times that in A ki computation mein students are putting surcharge also and rebate also. That mistake should not be there. Karuna is 80 years. 8,90,000 is interest income and lottery is 2 lakh. So special income lottery 2 lakh, special tax. Out of 890, 5 lakh basic exemption. Now why 5 lakh? I'm just applying the concept which I have taught now. Why 5 lakh? Because this 5 lakh is basic exemption. She is 80 years and above. On next 390, 5 lakh to 10 lakh income pay 20% tax. And surcharge to nahi hai because the income didn't exceed 50 lakhs. Rebate is not there because the income is not less than 5 lakh. And so tax payable is 143,520. Nice, clear to all of you. So like this, these problems are all not hand-picked, handmade. When I give in the class the problems and ask them to solve on their own, this is how the answer comes. Yes. Face-to-face students are not having the compiler. They have to solve each and every problem in writing on their own. So like this, different tax rates are there. Now this is 18,50,000 income. So 215 in next 255%, 5 lakh 20%, balance 30% and so on. Okay. Just for revision, I have written 0 to 215 L, 250 to 5 lakh, 5 lakh to 10 lakh, 10 lakhs and above. Special income, special rates and all. Suppose this Mangilal is having long-term capital gain on shares, 6,90,000. Now see, no age is given means he is less than 60 years. So basic exemption will be 250. Additional 1 lakh exemption is given for long-term capital gain on listed shares where STT is charged. So war 1 lakh mil jayega and balance income pe 10% tax and whatever tax you have calculated 4% health and education cess. So this is the tax. Any advance tax and TDS, TCS will be deducted from this. That I'll teach little later. Today is the first class. Is my speed fine? Are you all following? Huh? Special income, special rates, normal income, normal rate. Ronak is working in a company with 8,50,000 salary. Okay. Long-term capital gain on flat sold, 80,000, 20%. Long-term capital gain on shares, 30,000. पूरा ये exempt है. Because up to 1 lakh, long-term capital gain on shares is exempt. So 30,000 exempt hai. Short-term capital gain. So special income, special rates. Normal income, tax rates. Is my dialogue clear? Special income, special rates. Normal income, tax rates. Is it clear to all of you or not? Yeah. Now, what is the balance normal income for Ronak? 8,50,000. So 250 pay nil. Next 250 pay 5%. So 5 lakh is covered, and 5 lakh to 8,50,000. Next 3,50,000, 20%. And on tax. So once again, let us go back to our roots. नींद में से कोई उठाए तो it should be clear. That's how you have to love income tax to get lovely exemption. And then wherever you go in practice, in job, no sir, I may not have got the rank, and if you get rank, beautiful, but definitely I have got exemption in income tax. I have got exemption. Dipti ma'am ko exemption mila hai first attempt mein 1997 when I wrote my CA Inter exam. Accounts 95, income tax 67, costing 63. लॉ में मत पूछो, सिर्फ 45 मिले. So if you want to talk like this, then work hard, fit all this in your mind by repetition. No student listening to my class right now is not hardworking or is not consistent. Only thing is ki jab you are jumping, so stop that and repeat it. As a teacher, we make sure we also repeat. On total income, tax is calculated. On tax, surcharge. On tax plus surcharge, cess. And ma'am, agar rebate hai to tax minus rebate. And then what is tax payable? Health and education cess. Is it looking like a prayer? Then good. Huh? All the problems are clear what I have solved now. These are all simple problems. You'll be able to do. Some which I've skipped. I want to take a very nice concept after marginal relief, unutilized basic exemption. Marginal relief we have already completed. Just because my income exceeded 1 crore and 10,000, I have to pay surcharge. If my income is up to 1 crore, I am paying 10% surcharge. Because my income exceeded 1 crore and 10,000, I have to pay 15% surcharge. So how much excess tax I am paying? 144. How much is the excess income above 1 crore 10,000? Now, this is called, English में क्या बोलते पता नहीं, तो जाती हो गया, गलत हो गया ना. There's something being very wrong. Just because I want 10,000 extra, I'm paying 144 tax. Now, how that tax is calculated, that you can check in the working note. Huh? Okay. So can I ask for a relief? Yes? Right. Keep commenting, all of you. And अब कमेंट्स बोले तो सीधा आ गया मैम रिविजन वीडियो फॉर टीडीएस टीसीएस. अरे आएगा. All the revision videos I have uploaded in January itself so that you get lot of time for repetition. But students need time to reach TDS, TCS. And it is not time pass. Whether you are writing inter or final exam, CA or CMA, rubber stamp laga ke likho. TDS, TCS chapter is 4 into 2, 8 marks. 8 marks, problems, bit, MCQs, all. So complete up to a limit. Surely I know what I've missed. Even TDS, TCS, even AMT is there. Okay. Come back now, please, to relief. And if things are clear, message me all clear. If you like my way of teaching, then please share this video with all your friends. And once the live video is over, comment below that comments are staying. Okay. Chalo. Now see. So just because my income exceeded 1 crore, I had to pay 15% surcharge. Income was up to 1 crore, 10% surcharge. So excess tax is 144. Excess income is 10,000. Marginal relief is 134. Okay? Right. Now, if the marginal relief is 1,34,075, this is the relief I want. How much I have earned? 10,000. Sir, income tax, sir. 10,000 extra what I have earned, that you take. Yeah, right. And this 10,000 extra you take. And now, after taking this 10,000 extra, whatever excess tax is there above, I have earned 10,000 extra, no? वो रख लो tax. But बाकी तो मुझे rebate तो 134, yes. But this rebate should be deducted from what tax? Original tax, 30 to 37. Because your income is 1 crore 10,000. So this is it. Clear? Right? And now whatever is final tax payable, if you calculate these taxes with health and education cess, goes wrong. Marginal relief, always without the e-cess. That's the pitfall you have to remember. Okay? Right. Chalo. So see how I've calculated the tax. That should be clear to you. Okay. Let us go to a very nice concept of unutilized basic exemption that I want to take up first. See, what do you mean by basic exemption? Ma'am, up to 2,50,000 tax is not there. Now, what is unutilized basic exemption? Yeah, Harish is having a salary income of 1,80,000, but basic exemption is 250. So, what is the unutilized basic exemption? अभी भी basic exemption बाकी है. How much? 70,000. What's long term capital gain? 8 lakh. Can I set off unutilized basic exemption in long term and short term capital gain? Yes. Can I set off unutilized basic exemption in casual income? Answer is no. ठीक है? Right? So my salary income is just 180 up to 250. Income is exempt. So 70,000 is the remaining basic exemption which I have set off in long term, and on balance long term 20% tax is calculated. Is this clear to all of you? Yeah, right. So this is about normal tax regime, rebate, surcharge, special income, special rate, all. This distinguish between is asked mostly for the finance students inter mein kabhi kabar in MCQ. So let us know at least the term. Then you can read it from the Sarathi compiler. You will know the meaning of Sarathi, one who is your companion till exam. So that's what I want to become. Any doubts you have in the live classes, in the recorded classes, click the picture, send it in Telegram. We'll surely clear it with voice note. Okay. चलें साथ में या What do you mean by tax planning? You know, when you understand income tax, basic exemptions, ATC and all deductions, we make sure. For example, if in my account I'm paying 1,50,000 PPF, ATC limit is over. I can pay my son's school fees from my husband's account so that he can also claim ATC. I'm only teaching, I'm only getting rental income. I can do the share trading in my mother's name so that I'm doing the trading, but this is like planning so that you pay least tax and you're not doing tax evasion. What is tax evasion? Suppressing the sales, suppressing the income, inflating expenses, putting ghost expenses. That is tax evasion. That's illegal, not allowed. Tax planning is smart move. You understand the taxes, you understand the sections, and then you can plan. When you will do house property, you will say, ma'am, it's always beneficial to take housing loan and put our money on interest somewhere else. Because housing loan repayment is allowed in ATC principal, and housing loan interest is allowed. You all know house property may interest is allowed. So it's always good. What is tax avoidance? It is an exercise by which Assessee legally take advantage of loophole. Now you are trying to bend the law and take benefit in your way. Some things are not clear in act, and you bend it and you take out this meaning. And so, as per my assumption, this is my income. So sometimes it may be allowed, long term it's not allowed. It's not good to take the benefit of the law because it's a act. Tax management is nothing compliant. Paying your advance tax installments, filing your monthly TDS and TCS returns, yearly returns. So that's how you distinguish between the four. Now we are going is the pumping heart of 2024 exam, 115 BAC, default tax regime. मैम ये कुछ नया है, बिल्कुल भी नया नहीं है. It's there from years, but this time they said if the SSC doesn't say कि I want to file my return normal में, I want to opt out, then we will assume that he is filing his return as per the default tax regime. Okay, right. Now, how do you go by the default tax regime? Okay, first of all, this default tax regime is applicable for all SSEs, individual HUF, AOP, BOI, firm, company. No, this is applicable only for individuals, HUFs, AOP, BOI, and artificial judicial person. Yes, so that's what it is applicable. Please watch the lecture from the beginning. When we say 11 o'clock, you have a movie. Do you go late? Then I gave all the instructions. Students are joining late and asking the same thing in the chat. Today's lecture is, of course, for inter and final both. Yes, but gradually then it will be for CA, CMA, CS, inter. But आज का lecture तो बहुत important है. Coming final exam 115 BAC, your normal tax regime, compare and calculate the tax they will ask. And it's a humble request. You all are there in the Telegram and WhatsApp group, beta. When something is said, join at 11 o'clock. Be that commitment. That will give you genuine confidence and you will be vibrating at a higher rate. Yes, I know the notes, I know the exam, I know the result. Everything will be in your hand, provided you are committed. Okay, right. चलो, इंडिविजुअल HUF, AOP, BOI, ठीक है, क्लियर है, राइट. उनके लिए ही दिस इज एप्लीकेबल. नाउ अप टू 3 lakhs it is nil. 3 lakhs to 6 lakhs. See, till last year it was different, dear students. From this year, for every 3 lakh increase in income, tax rate is changing. Okay, right. So up to 3 lakhs nil, 3 lakhs to 6 lakh it's 5%, 6 lakh to 9 lakh 10%, yeah, 9 lakh to 12 lakh 15%, 12 lakh to 15 lakh 20%. See there, I want you all to please, ये gap उसी के लिए रखा है. 0 to 250 nil, 2.5 to 5 lakh 5%, 5 lakh to 10 lakh 20%, 10 lakh above only 30%. If you opt out of default tax regime, 10 lakh above only it is 30%. I'm giving you the comparison so that you can solve the case studies, the question in the exam, and get 14 out of 14 marks. Surely they are going to ask this. Calculate the tax as per normal tax regime, as per default tax regime, and which is beneficial. तो यहाँ पे we are coming into 30% above 15 lakh. Ma'am, how to remember this? Every 3 lakh increase in income, 5% tax is increasing. Up to 3 lakh nil, 3 to 6 lakh 5%, 6 lakh to 9 lakh 10%, 9 lakh to 12 lakh 15%, yeah, and 12 lakh to 15 lakh 20%, above 15 lakh 30%. Here also I told you. Now, you know, we have all known that alternative minimum tax is there, 18.5%. How to do that? We will do it in a separate class. So individuals HUF who are going for 115 BAC, they will see normal and this. 115 BAC is default or normal. They will not go for AMT. Okay, right. Rebate under 115 BAC is changed. इसको 5 स्टार खिलाओ, किटकैट खिलाओ, सब खिलाओ. 100% MCQ they will ask you. In the default tax regime 115 BAC, rebate is allowed up to 7 lakhs and 25,000. एक बार tax calculate करो, up to 3 lakh, nil. 3 lakh to 6 lakhs. On the next 3 lakh, 5%. That is 15,000. 6 lakh to 7 lakh. On the next 1 lakh, 10%. 10,000. I hope you all are getting. Up to 7 lakhs. What is the tax? 25,000. That's given as rebate. I want all of you to go to your notebook. This is not a fast track revision batch. This is a fast track practice batch. And very well, what is important is to be written in the notebook. Rebate under section 87A. From tax, you have to give rebate. After rebate, whatever tax comes, add health and education cess. गलती नहीं करना है. मैम मैंने तो टैक्स में सेस मिला दिया, बाद में रीबेट माइनस किया, गया. You are the leader in the classroom. You have to make everyone sit at proper place. Chalo. Now, normal tax regime. Normal tax regime and default tax regime. Normal tax regime and default tax regime comparison we are doing. Are you all with me? Up to total income 5 lakhs, you get a rebate. Here up to total income 7 lakhs, you get a rebate. Here the rebate is up to 12,500. See, up to 250 basic exemption, 250 to 5 lakh, 5% on 2,50,000, that comes to 12,500. Utna rebate milega under section 87 capital A. Here rebate will be up to 25,000. Is this clear to all of you? Rebate concept. Comment, then if I have answered your question, I also need a thank you from all of you. अरे आपकी थैंक यू बोलने से I'll not be like, सही में मैं बहुत अच्छा पढ़ाती हूँ. I know that I teach very well. Since 2 decades I am teaching. When you thank, no, you raise yourself and thank for all the knowledge you are getting, and that actually sings. I don't know if you understand all this language, it really vibrates. So all my Zoom students are also requested, as soon as I say, okay, that's all for today's class, cut, ban, aise nahi karna. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you all. Thanks to this technology that we are able to connect today, right? Okay. Rebate likh liya sabne? Aa jao वापस. Come back. So in the default tax regime, up to 7 lakhs, the rebate will be given. Okay. And the rebate will be given up to 25,000. Done? Chalo. Now, special income, special rates are there under 115 BAC. Done? Surcharge. Applicable surcharge is 10, 15 and 25. This I already told you. 37% surcharge is not there. Up to 50 lakhs, no surcharge. 50 lakhs to 1 crore, 10%. 1 crore to 2 crore, 15%. 2 crore and above, 25% surcharge. Khatam. 37% surcharge is not applicable for the default tax regime. Ma'am, how many times you are repeating? Then that's how this new knowledge, this is an amendment. Amendment lectures are already there separately. Same rates are applicable for the non-resident senior citizen. Super point. This is where students make mistake. Ma'am, if I am an 80 years above, will I get 5 lakh tak basic exemption? Answer is no. In the default tax regime, no additional basic exemption for senior citizen, super senior citizen. सबके लिए एक ही है. 3 lakh nil, 3 to 6 lakh 5%, 6 to 9 lakh 10%, and so on. Right? And standard deduction from salary chapter, you give in the normal tax regime. From this year in the default tax regime, whenever they give you gross salary, you have to give standard deduction up to 50,000 to get the computed salary. Okay? Even in family pension. 15,000 or 1/3. Okay, that was allowed in the old regime. Now this is allowed in the default or new regime also. Clear to all of you? Now, did you observe here just after 10 lakhs you are paying 30% tax. Here above 15 lakhs you are paying 30% tax. So you know what? That you are paying tax at quite a lower rate in the default tax regime. That's the reason you'll have to forego some of the exemptions and deductions. कुछ पाने के लिए कुछ खोना है. So if you file your return in default tax regime, you will not get leave travel concession and salary. You know, one visit to hometown in the 4 calendar years. HRA you will not get. 1014 exemption, 100 per month for education and 300 per month, वो सब नहीं मिलेगा आपको. Daily allowance to MPs and MLAs will not be exempt. For every minor child income which is clubbed in hands of the parent are getting 1500 per child exemption that you will not get. See, by this way we are revising so many other things also. Tax holiday, total turnover, total profit, export turnover, export profit will not get SEZ section 10AA benefit if you're filing your return in default tax regime. Yeah, right. Standard deduction you will be allowed, but entertainment allowance which is already given only to government वो नहीं मिलेगा. Profession tax नहीं मिलेगा. Deduction. In case of house property, self-occupied house property, there is always yeah, sure. After this, we will take a break after completing this part, and the class will go on till 1:30. Okay. Interest on loan. Self-occupied property may generally we show loss, right? That loss is not allowed. If you're filing your return in the default tax regime in self-occupied property, yaad hai? GAV nil, NAV, still interest on loan was allowed up to 2 lakhs, that will not be allowed. Additional depreciation, 20%. If you are a manufacturer on the plant and machinery and all, wo nahi milega. Normal depreciation is allowed, additional depreciation is not allowed. Yes, you have to repeatedly watch this so that you learn it. Scientific research, in-house, outside, all deduction is not allowed. 3580 specified businesses, revenue and capital expenditure is allowed, that will not be allowed. 35CCC, notified agricultural project under government is training you and all, that's not allowed. Chapter 6A deductions are not allowed. 80C, 80D, Mediclaim, 80U, कुछ भी allowed नहीं है, except 80CCD2, National Pension Scheme में what employer is contributing, and 80CCH. This I will cover, this part I'll cover in depth in deductions. Like Agniveer Corpus Fund में, whatever employer is contributing, that deduction will be allowed. Yeah. 80CCH2. Employee himself, what is contributing, he will get a deduction only in the normal tax regime. This remind me because there are so many small chotu amendments. I have made so many 1-minute videos or reels, you can call it, as snippets of tax amendment. Watch that, it will be clear one by one. Agniveer Corpus Fund में employer और employee दोनों डालते हैं. तो जो employee when he puts that deduction is allowed only, he opts out for default tax regime, but employer will be allowed. ठीक है, right? Above expenditures are not allowed. Depreciation, scientific research, so related to that losses you cannot set off. Yeah, additional depreciation is not there. Right. If you are not having business income, every year you can decide at the time of filing the return. You want to go for default tax regime or you want to go for opt out of default tax and file your return in normal tax regime. But if you're having business income, then once you decide, if you opt in every year, you have to file your return in default tax regime. Once you opt out, again, you cannot opt in. Same, while you're working as an employee, you have to inform to your employer whether you want to go for default tax regime, then he will deduct the TDS accordingly. For normal tax regime, accordingly. Agnivir, I have given the detail here, but that detail I'll be covering more in the deductions. Let us take up one problem with both the approach. Take a screenshot of the problem. Today evening, I'm going to put my whole compiler. Promise me you will not misuse and you will share it with your friends to prepare for exam. I don't know. This is a very big decision. I've worked super duper hard to make the concepts, the problems, the answers in the compiler. So let us take a break of 2 to 3 minutes. देख लो अपने अपने घड़ी. वापस आके we are doing 115 BAC and we will complete this topic. Okay. Are you all also back? Thank you for waiting. Chalo, let us start. Because we are doing it after a break. Shall we revise once? If you are opting for default tax regime, then the tax rates are 3 lakh, every 3 lakh increase, 5% the tax is increasing. And rebate is there up to 7 lakhs. You will get the rebate, that is 25,000. Okay. Surcharge, special income, all. From this financial year, even in the default tax regime, standard deduction and family pension deduction will be given. Okay. Right. Other than this, in salary chapter, you will not get the leave travel concession. House rent allowance you will not get. Special allowances, education and hostel and all, you will not get. Minor income exemption, SEZ exemption, you will not get. So house property, you cannot show a loss in the self-occupied. Interest ka claim nahi milega. Interest is of course allowed in the let out and deemed let out. Interest is not allowed in the self-occupied. Additional depreciation is there. Right? Okay. Next is deduction. Scientific research deduction you will not get. This we have all done. Chalo, let us do this problem. Okay? Right. From the following particulars, this is there in the compiler book. You are requested to compute the tax and previous year 23-24. Current retired in December 2023 at the age of 58 after putting in 25 years and 9 months. When someone is retiring, remember the salary will not be for 12 months. Okay. Now, current retired at the age of 58 and his salary was 60,000 per month into 9 months. Okay. Normal and default. Now, he is paid salary, house rent allowance. Okay. So here the house rent allowance will be 90,000. Here, of course, he will get a deduction in the normal tax regime for HRA under section 1013A. Okay, this problem is with gratuity and all. We'll do it after we do salary. You can do this problem not now. Once we complete salary and all, I missed out. I want to take up a simple problem so that the comparison is clear. Arhan has provided the details. His business income is 15 lakhs. Saving bank account interest is 12,000. PPF interest is 36,000, which is exempt. He has put 1,50,000 in PPF, for which ETC deduction is given in the normal tax regime, not in default. And you are required to compute the income. And because he's got saving account interest under 80 TTA, saving account interest ke liye you get a deduction up to 10,000. Under 80 TTA, 10,000. If he is a senior citizen, then saving as well as FD interest is allowed under 80 TTB, 50,000. Okay? Right. Now, if he goes for normal, his income is less, 13,52,000, but tax will be more. 250 nil, next 250, then this, then this. Yeah. And health and education says no surcharge because the income is just 13,52,000, neither rebate minus होगा nor surcharge. चलो अगर default में है तो income is high but the tax rates are low. Up to every 3 lakh increase 5% the tax is going. And on final tax, health and education cess is 159. So what's your normal income? 1352, which is less, and default 1512, which is more. But what is your normal tax? 226, whereas default 159. So then conclusion is Arhan should opt for default tax. But because he's having business income, he should opt once for default and continue the same. He cannot opt in and out every year because he's having business income. So he should opt for default tax regime. This is also a very nice problem. Third problem, he's 32 years old. Basic salary is 50,000. He has received transport allowance 15,000, which is taxable. HRA 20,000, which is also fully taxable. Okay, and he's paying some rent and all that we will see. A has paid interest 2,50,000 on housing loan, construction of which is completed in March 24, and his parents are living. ठीक है. Now gross salary may basic transport HRA you will get standard deduction, and interest on housing loan is not allowed. Because until now the house is not occupied. Construction was completed in March 24. So self-occupied, it's not allowed. What's the gross total income? 970. Under default tax regime. Will we give all these deductions? No. Then what will be the tax calculation in default up to 3 lakh nil, 3 lakh to 6 lakh for next 10%, and 9 lakh ke above jo bhi hai, that is 15%. So tax comes to 57,720. Now let us go to the default tax regime. In that, HRA, house rent allowance exemption is allowed. And for that, what is the way exemption is allowed? 1 minute. Yeah, I've written here only. Rent paid minus 10% of the salary. Salary is only basic. For house rent allowance, we have yet not done salary, but this is a fast track batch. So if you know basic, for house rent allowance, basic DN commission you have to take. So you're only basic. So what is the rent paid? Yeah, rent paid is given to you 25,000 per month. Rent paid minus 10% of the salary. 50% of the salary, and actual HRA, whichever is lower, is deductible. So 2,40,000. Pura HRA is exempt if you are opting out of the default tax regime. So what is your gross salary? 780. Standard deduction is allowed there also, here also. Yeah. Now, house property. This time, can you show the loss? Yes. In the normal self-occupied property, you cannot show the loss in the default. But in normal, your interest is coming to 210. Of course, you can show a loss of 2 lakh. Now, shall we allow deductions for all this? PPF, ATC, 80CCD में 50,000? Yes. Mediclaim, 80D for parent is allowed up to 50,000, not 55. And for self, it is up to 25,000 because he's just 32 years old. So whatever health insurance you take, 25,000 for you. And health insurance, remind me that I have to make check for my health insurance. Sorry, 2 minutes, wait, I'll write a reminder, then I forget. All right, so compute the total income. Even though you have paid 32, allowed will be only 25. चले साथ में आगे चलो. So now what's your normal income? Because you have claimed house property loss, can we set off in salary? Yes. Business loss cannot be set off in salary. Now, will you give deduction for PPF ATC? Yes. ATCCD 1B pension scheme? Yes. Though you have paid more, ATCCD 1B में pension में contribution is allowed only up to 50,000. For self and spouse, 32 restricted to 25. For parents, 55 restricted to 50. So your total income is 255 and 250 तो है तो exempted, and 5,000 pay the taxes 5% and you get a rebate. So what's your normal tax? Nil. And what is your default tax? 57,720. Since the tax liability as per normal provision is lower than tax liability under default, it would be beneficial for A to shift out of the default tax regime and file in normal tax regime. But again next year, can he go for default tax regime? सब दीप्ति मैम नहीं पढ़ाते ना, आप बोलो. Even if you're watching as recording, try to answer my question. This time तो he's opting out of default tax regime. Next year, can he go for default tax regime? Can he go for default tax regime? Yes. Why? Because he's not having business income. If he's having business income, once he opts out, he cannot opt in. But he's not having business income, so he can. Okay, right. AMT. AMT के लिए I want to solve some nice questions. This is a practice batch. Some of you may be thinking, ma'am, this is looking like a revision. Where is practice? Then some notes I will make you write, but that will be like tomorrow when we start with residential status. Okay, right. AMT we will take separately so that we can compare the AMT and AMT के लिए I want all of you to first know section 10AA SEZ वाला section. Oh, I thought something more is there, but 115 BAC is clear, or you want to solve one problem in writing? Solve it simultaneously the income. Yeah, then we can definitely complete the AMT and this part also. Chalo, let us go to our notebook and let me share with all of you the notes. I hope when I'm going to notebook, you all are also writing. Huh? I'm going into the concept of AMT. Now, AMT, the full form is alternative minimum tax. Now, you have here three kinds of taxes. Your normal tax, 115 BAC, which is default, and AMT. So, comparing the three, you have to calculate and pay the tax. Okay? Right. Let us check up now how to do that. For the concept of AMT, first we should know section 10AA. This is the exemption given to SEZ, Special Economic Zone. Compiler mein I have given it in separate section 10. Nowadays they are giving it in the form of deduction. Concept is same. There's no change. Only placement has changed. Now what is this section 10AA exemption? It says if your unit is located in the special economic zone, then what is your total turnover? Only of the SEZ unit. Huh? You have one unit in the SEZ, special economic zone, another in the DTAA. सबके लिए exemption नहीं मिलेगा. You will get exemption if your total turnover, I want to repeat, in the SEZ, total turnover in the SEZ, say is 500. Total profit of the SEZ is say 50. Now, out of this total turnover in the SEZ, promises if you're working in special economic zone, you have to export. Then we will give you a tax holiday. But you didn't export, you said it's rejected and you sold it locally, then you will not get the exemption. So total turnover, total profit. What is the export turnover? Let us say 300. What will be the export profit? Cross multiply karenge to 30. Say all this is in lakhs. As good as I'm solving question only. Huh? So total turnover, total profit. Export turnover, export profit. Huh? This is the aspect I have not covered in the revision also. Surely. TDS, TCS का भी होगा, ये भी वहां फिर से भी cover करेंगे अगर चाहिए तो. Yeah. So now what is the concept? Total turnover, total profit, export turnover, whatever is export profit. Say the export profit is coming to 30 lakhs. For the first 5 years, 100% of this profit is exempt under section 10AA. Clear to all of you? Now, for the next, please give a feedback. You are more clear with the compiler or you are more clear learning with the notebook. I don't want to dominate and teach as I like. I want to teach the way you understand better. Next 5 years, 50%. And then after 10 years, the next 5 years, 50% or transfer to export reserve. एक export reserve होता है. There you transfer and take it. Clear to all of you? Yeah? If your unit is located in special economic zone, 100% of the proportionate profit of export turnover which you have received in India in non-convertible currency पर India में पैसे आ गए ना, proportionate profit is you're doing a good cause, you're exporting, you're bringing foreign currency to India. Okay, enjoy. Concept class में छुट्टी मिलती है ना, ऐसे tax holiday, right? Next 5 years, it's 50%, and the next 5 years, it's transferred 50% or transfer to the export reserve, whichever is lower. So like this 15 years, you are getting the benefit. Ma'am, we were learning the concept of AMT. AMT says alternative minimum tax. Sometimes in your total income, if you have taken section 10AA exemption, एक्सपोर्ट प्रॉफिट था, आपने तो एग्जेम्पशन ले लिया, एड बैक कर दो 35 AD. You know 35 AD specified businesses, 2-star and above hotel, multi-speciality hospital, production of fertilizers. If you have deducted revenue and capital expenditure, you are going to be into losses. You are not paying any tax. But government says minimum to tax pay karna hoga na. Add back 35 AD. In that 35 AD, suppose if it is building and all, then depreciation will be allowed on capital expenditure for 35 AD. 35 AD के लिए capital expenditure. I want all of you to write down what I am writing. Otherwise, we have printed notes in compiler. But this is not a revision batch. This is a practice batch. So write it. In your total income, if you have claimed section 10AA, add back. If you have claimed 35 AD, add back. But when you add back 35 AD, suppose you have purchased a building for hotel project and all, then add back, then you are allowed to claim the depreciation for the same. Followed all of you? Right? Now, if you have claimed some deductions under 80H to 80RRA, basically, you know that 80RRB, sorry, royalty or 80I series, handicrafts and all. So if you have claimed exemption, add back. Now what you are getting is called as adjusted total income, and alternative minimum tax says at least 18.5% tax you have to pay for adjusted total income. Is this clear to all of you? Yes, you have to pay 18.5% tax for adjusted total income. Clear to all of you? Right. If it is an IFSC, International Financial Service Center, like a bank which is located inside SEZ, then it is 9%. So now, add back, see, on your normal total income, say tax is coming 50 lakh, just a random. AMT is coming to 80 lakhs. Then at least minimum 80 lakhs you have to pay the tax. But ma'am, my tax is only 50 lakhs. Then this 30 lakhs tax credit you can carry forward for 15 years. Next year, your normal tax is coming to 85 lakhs. AMT is coming to 20 lakhs. अब आप तो 85 lakhs ही पे करोगे ना. So this 65 lakhs में, can you set off the tax you have already paid? Yes. If some of you are not following, here ends this explanation. Is my concept way of teaching clear to all of you? Every class will be like this till the TDS, TCS, set off, clubbing, all. Yes? Right? चलो तो साथ में करते हैं इसको. आ जाओ AMT के कॉन्सेप्ट. Alternative minimum tax. It says that in your regular income, calculate the regular tax with surcharge, cess, all. Now, what is adjusted total income? In total income, add 80H to 80R, not 80CD, all 80I series and all. Add 35AD, add back. But in 35AD, if you have claimed building and all capital expenditure, you are adding back the capital expenditure. Depreciation will be allowed. Section 10 AA deduction. Total income mein, profit of the SEZ, what you are deducting, add. Right? 1 second, dear students. Now, so add all this. What you are getting? Adjusted total income. 18.5% tax. Now G or A, your normal tax or AMT plus surcharge and health education cess. Okay? Whichever is higher, you have to pay. If normal tax is high, pay that. But if normal tax is low because you have claimed section 10 AA, because you have claimed 35AD and your AMT is high, you have to pay the AMT. Is this concept clear to all of you? Impact where AMT is applicable. Cases where value of the step 3 is higher than the value 1. Yeah, in case of 18.5%, 9% हो जाएगा ये. ठीक है? Now, in case of the cooperative society, AMT would be 15%. From this year, for cooperative society, the AMT rate is 15%. Mostly this is asked to solve question for final students. Okay? Now what is tax credit? It is excess of AMT over. AMT more है, अभी आपको पता है regular tax तो tax credit which can be carried forward for 15 years to be set off. Now how that tax credit works ये देखो. Normal tax 5,000 है, AMT 1,500 है, then pay 5,000. Normal is 5, but AMT is saying minimum you have to pay 8. Then pay 8. Tax payable is higher of the two, so 8. But what was your normal tax? 5. So can you take 3,000 ka credit and carry it forward for 15 years? Yes. Now normal is 5 and AMT is 7. So pay AMT. Again 2,000 add to that credit and can be carried forward. Now normal tax is 6. AMT is 4. So actually pay 6,000. But in 6,000, oh, I have not written the working here. 6,000 ही pay करोगे. But in 6,000, can you set off this? You have to pay normal tax, which is high. Can you set off? Ma'am, ये 6,000 में 5,000 पूरा set off होगा? Answer is no. Because AMT is minimum 4,500 you have to pay. Actual tax payable is 6,000, but you are paying 4,500 because in 6,000, 1,500 you are setting off. So now how much this is left tax credit? 1,500, this 2,000. Now next year normal tax is 8,000. Minimum you have to pay 2,000. So in 8,000, can you set off tax credit? Yes. Whenever normal tax is high, set off the tax credit. Whenever AMT is high, take the tax credit. I want to repeat. Whenever AMT is high than normal tax, take the tax credit. Whenever normal tax is high than the AMT, you can set off the tax credit. Shall we work out one problem for this? Yes. Sajal has income 45 lakhs from business, which is eligible for 80 IB pura deduction. Yeah. The profit of business included in above 80 IB ka jo income hai, that is 20 lakhs. So your total taxable income is 25 lakhs. And calculate normal tax for Sajal. Surcharge cess सब लगा दो, surcharge तो है नहीं. Now AMT, what is your taxable income? 25 lakhs, but you have taken a deduction of 80 IB, 25 lakhs. Add, so 45 lakhs, 18.5%. Now your normal tax is 585, AMT is 865. So 865 you have to pay. But your normal tax is only 585. Just to calculate minimum, you are paying extra tax. That difference you can take tax credit, carry forward. So this was 80 IB. Now let us take that SEZ wala. I think this problem can be solved in the notebook. Check your data, and those who have compiler open. I hope those who have taken the PDF, they are also having the hard copy. PDF में से पढ़ा नहीं जाता. तो हार्ड कॉपी ले लो और एक प्रॉब्लम लेट अस सॉल्व इन राइटिंग, देन वी विल क्लोज फॉर टुडे. Tomorrow we are doing residential status, agricultural income, wherever time permits, I will do. ठीक है, right. Rocky Limited has a partnership firm and in SEZ. The units are located and it has a warehousing facility and 35D. So capital expenditure 75 lakhs they have done, including land. We all know in 35AD land cost is not allowed. So what will be allowed here? 65 lakhs in 35AD. The warehouse became operational and expenditure of 75 lakhs was capitalized in the books. Now profit in SEZ is given, export sales is given, domestic sales. So this will make your total sales, है ना? And total profit is given before 35 AD. And profit of the SEZ is given. I hope you are getting. Data will be given different. Export sales and domestic sales. So this is your total sales. This is your export profit. Profit of the SEZ, whole unit. Sorry, total profit. Total sales is 100 lakhs. Total profit is 40 lakhs. So in the total sales, what is the profit? 1,05,000 before 35 AD. But अगर 35 AD 65 lakhs इसमें से minus कर दो, तो कितना आएगा profit? 40 lakhs. So in total sales, this is the total profit. In export sales is how much? 80 lakhs. What will be the export profit? Are you getting? ऐसे orally नहीं समझ में आएगा, लिख के करना है, screenshot ले लो. And I'm doing this in notebook, but pay attention. Did you read the problem and did you get the problem number 3 ka data? Chalo. Like this, many problems are there. Problem number 3, 4. And if you see the purposely the format I am following, exactly same what you have to do in exam. Don't write over notes. In your notes, it is written only up to just extra explanation is given in your study material, but not here. Okay? Right. Let us complete this problem quickly, very quickly we'll do. I'm putting all the data for problem number 3. Problem number 3. चलो साथ में करते हैं. What is the total sales? Export sales plus domestic sales, है ना? What is export sales? 80 lakhs. Domestic sales 20 lakhs, so 100 lakhs. Now, what is the total profit? Operating profit they said is 105 lakhs, but before 35 AD deduction. So 35 AD का deduction दे दो. Normal में तो you will give 35 AD deduction. It's 75 lakhs land and building, but land is not allowed, so only building we will take. So what is your normal profit? 40 lakhs. Regular profit is 40 lakhs. Yes. Now 100 lakhs total turnover में what is the export turnover? 80 lakhs. So total profit 40 lakhs. After 35 AD, it's 40 lakhs. So what will be the export profit? Are you getting? Total turnover, export turnover, total profit, export profit. 40 into 80 by 100. So 32 lakhs is exempt. So what is your profit? 8 lakhs. 8 lakhs आ रहा है and it's a partnership firm. So 8 lakh पे 30% tax. Regular tax. Oh, not this 40 lakhs. Huh? Sorry, 1 second. How much it is? 8 lakhs. So your operating profit, जो operating unit है 35D, उसका profit इतना है. And this is SEZ. So these are two business. This is business 1 and this is business 2. So what is the total taxable profit? Sorry, 48 lakhs. ये 40 और 40 figure में confuse हो गया, but अलग है. 48 lakhs. Now in this 48 lakhs, what is your tax? 30%. And then surcharge मिला के it is coming to 40,97,600. Now, if you want to go for AMT in 48 lakhs profit, add back 35 AD, 65 lakhs. Add back कर दो, जो deduction दिया. Add back export profit, what you have given. Add back 32 lakhs. So how much profit you are getting now? Now I am calculating AMT. This was my normal income. So I gave 35 AD also. I gave export also. Now it is AMT. In AMT, add back. So how much you are getting? And of course, will you allow depreciation on the building? 6.5 lakh minus bhi hoga and add back all this. So your adjusted total income is coming to 138.5 lakhs. On this, tax will be 18. Even if it is a partnership firm, 18.5% tax and surcharge mila ke, it is coming to 29,84,510. I want to repeat, understand the concept. Problem is easy. Your operating profit में 35 AD deduct कर लो, SEZ में ये deduct कर लो, तो your tax is coming to this. But if you add back all that and give depreciation, your tax is coming to this. So this tax is high, you have to pay this, and this minus this. Can you take a rebate, tax credit, and can you carry forward? That's it. Followed? Take your time, repeat the problem, repeat the concept of total turnover, export turnover. So if you have given section 10 AA, add back. If you have given 35 AD, add back. But for 35 AD, if it's a capital expenditure, depreciation will be allowed. Okay. Right. Now what is coming? Normal income, normal tax. And if you add back and all, then 18.5%, whichever tax is coming high. Even if AMT comes for 2 marks MCQ, it's worth scoring. I know the pinch of students who get 58 marks and they say 58 marks are out of 85. We want out of 100. Definitely we would have got. तो फिर speed बढ़ाओ, writing practice करो, ask me any doubts if you have, add on more of your friends and join for the live fast track batch in YouTube tomorrow for residential status. Promise you will all take a printout of the PDF which I'm going to give you today evening in the Telegram group. Telegram link is there in any of the YouTube videos and profile. That's all for today from my side. So smile more, do lot of movement, be positive, give the revert back. Expression is necessary nowadays. Expression is there where it is not required. When you say thank you, when you revert back, when you share the video, you are helping others and you are also getting confidence. Okay. So wish you very all the best. All my blessings and wishes are there with all of you. Watch the revision video, watch the amendments, watch the RTP, and attend class tomorrow for residential status. I'll tell you in writing the corrections where usually you go wrong. Okay? Right. Thank you so much. That's all for today. Bye bye. See you all tomorrow for live class at